Hey, y'all master one if y'all can hear me. Master one. Hey, master one if y'all can hear me. Master one. Shalom. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, starting out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohanan. We aren't affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite faith camps, Christian, Muslim mosques, and anything whatsoever. We teach that Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews and are the greatest people that walk the earth. We are 1 West, and we are home of the truth. Today, my topic going to be is have some patience with your brother in the times of World War III, man. As of right now, we need to have all the patience we can have, but at the end of the day, don't sell yourself to be a fool. You know what I'm saying? Still love your brother and sister, do what you gotta do. But brother and sister, if you out here living lawless, just know people got patience for you, but World War III is right around the corner. See, and the reason I'm bringing this topic out right now, because at the end of the day, you know, the European man and the Chinese man, the Japanese and African, they all gonna stick together. But the Christian church got a whole facade, a fake facade telling black sisters, don't worry about no man if he ain't gonna do what he's supposed to do. You know, if he can't get right, leave him, and vice versa. Brothers don't even want to come into the truth because they believe that the Bible is based on what the Christians say, when that's completely false. The Christian and your Christian pastors don't know a damn thing. And I just want to get into some of these scriptures so I could just go into fine detail to where you could at least help. You could show brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? You could show sisterhood. You could survive at times like this. Our love need to grow stronger together, not separate. Because if we separate, we'll become weak. It's just like if you got if you in war, you can't have one person over here go have a sniper going by himself without somebody else scouting out for him. Or you know what I'm saying? Or they going over here and don't have nobody else. They're weak. They can't, if they not standing together, they weak. And people say it's power in numbers to a certain occasion. To a certain occasion. But we gonna get it out of 1 John 4:20. Hey, just let me know when you're ready. Just take your time, man.
1 John 4 verse 20.
Uh-huh.
If a man say I love God.
If a man say I love God, if saying it, that's a verb, that's an action. And then love is also an action. And when I say it's an action, if you say for example your child acting up, or your son out here doing, you know, a young chap groping these young girls and stuff like that, you gonna tie fire to his behind, you know, because you love him. Because you know if you don't stop him now, when he get older, he could be a potential sex offender or rapist or you know, a homosexual, and you know, even to the point to where it could disturb and bother that other girl, you know, or it could bother the other boy. It's just gonna be a residual cycle. So when you say you love God, go ahead.
If a man say I love God and hateth his brother,
hate, go ahead.
He is a liar.
He is a what?
A liar.
He is a liar. So if you say you love the Lord, which is an action word, and you hate your brother, you're a liar. Love is an action. Love is an action. And the Lord clearly tell you was a liar. And there's a lot of women out there say, not my Jesus. God is my husband. You know, Jesus is my husband. But if you don't even love your own brother, you're lying. You don't love your husband Christ. You don't love your husband Lord. You know, Yahweh, Mashiach. You don't love him. You know, you faking the phone. Go ahead.
For he that loveth not his brother.
For he that don't love his brother. Go ahead.
Whom he have seen. How can he love God whom he have not seen?
So you mean to tell me you don't love your brother on the same land he is your neighbor? And I mean legit neighbor, not just through the nation. He your legit go outside the water. He your legit go outside, go check the mail next door neighbor, and you got a problem with him going over your grass or dog pooping in the yard. You can't make, you know, men ends. You can't make things right and just go talk to him and let him know your concern. But you say you love the Lord or you love Christ, but you ain't never seen these people.
Right.
You ain't never seen them at all. And Christians, they got this whole facade going on, talking about some word about yourself. Damn yourself. Your brother, you should be putting your brother and your sister and them kids before yourself. Christ did it. That's how you build strong brotherhood and strong sisterhood. You make sure they straight. It ain't all about you. The Christian church got this whole fake phone. That's why there's so many black broken households now. That's why there's so many brothers in the penitentiary, because they ain't had nobody at home and they start gangbanging, selling drugs. Come on. That's why a lot of these young chaps out here homosexual, because mama didn't believe when Ray and Tank Top were feeling on goddamn Lil Ricky. Now he out here being a homosexual.
Right.
Worry about your own. That's what happened when you worry about your own. That right there. The Christian church is the epitome of filth, yo. It's trash. And if you believe in anything that they saying, or these fake Israelite camps that think they know something when they got it from the Isupk starting in 1969, then you're doomed too. They're doomed also. They're cowards because they can't take orders. Take an order. That's build your nation. That's being brother in Sicily. You got to take orders. You take orders when you go to your church. I mean, when you go to work, Kyle.
Right.
You take orders when you young and grandma say stay out the kitchen. So give a brother some love. Give a sister some love. Go ahead.
Oh. You want to go verse 21? I'll start off.
Yeah, start 21.
If a man say, I love God.
If you say you love God, that's an action word. That's an action word. And how you love God, cuz?
By keeping his commandments.
To keeping the commandment. All 613, not 10 commandments, not the one which ones work better for the certain situation, the scenario you in, right. Not your favorite ones, not the ones that's easy to do, not the one, no, you keep all of them, all 613.
Right.
All of them. Because if you love the Lord, then you're going to strive for greatness, and you're going to strive, and you're going to continue to do the righteous act and keep all the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
I love God and hated his brother. He is a liar.
He is a liar. That's a commandment to love your damn brother. A lot of y'all brothers hate the next man because you want to be a filthy whoremonger. You want to be a weak goddamn coward and go sleep with his wife. Sleep with his wife. And you say you love God. You don't love God. You don't love the woman. You don't love the brother. You don't love yourself. Because in the same sense you putting yourself through that, sleeping with that woman, committing adultery, the way to the sin is death. You might not survive through that. Your time might be coming short. Right. And if he don't do it, somebody in your family might it might be done to. If it ain't them, somebody he know might come and do it to you and do it to her. Or you just might die slow. because you want to sleep around and be a filthy whore. But at the times like this, you need to come as a brother and realize you can't sleep with every woman that you see out here. These sisters need more than just a ride and a decent looking brother with a car. These sisters need more than that. They need somebody who gonna protect them, somebody who got some type of discipline. You can't have discipline if you gotta stick your rod in every single thing. You can't have no discipline like that. There's no discipline. That's a child. That's what the Caucasian man did back in slavery time. What's the name of that movie?
Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Goodbye, Uncle Tom. Damn near each and every scene, you seen that white man just having to put his rod in one of our sisters. One of our sisters. Meanwhile, they got wives and they overlooking their wife. There's no discipline. You gotta have discipline and tell your brother, don't go out here selling. You gotta have discipline to sit here and chastise them young chaps you see running through the hood and school them up. At least make an attempt. Because in World War III right now, when this famine come, and people ain't got money, this and that, best believe. Y'all worried about World War III over there. Y'all need to be worried about these militias that's going on right now. These same goddamn heathens that want to kill us already what they doing. World War III, Lord allow what happened. But them militants and the militias and all that's going right now, you know what I'm saying, that people don't know about, KKKs and all, that's what Brotherhood come in at. Because you need to worry about them type people. If they come kicking in your doors, sis, what you gonna do? Because you don't need a man. If you need a brother at least. So many brothers out here, we need to go out here and riot and get them back. You a damn coward. You ain't did it yet, you ain't never gonna do it. The best thing for you to do is get with your own and make sure the safety of your people is all right. Because all that right there, that's what females do.
Right.
Females. Because you see the European man, he gonna go do what he gonna do. He ain't even gonna say nothing, he gonna go do it. But you sit here and talking about what you gonna do. The best thing you need to do is get brotherhood. You ain't gotta murder nobody to get brotherhood unless, you know what I'm saying, things happen. But that's what you need to do. Go ahead, that's it on that.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God, whom he hath not seen?
If you come on now, read that from right there one more time.
How can he love God, whom he hath not seen?
How you love God and you ain't never seen him? The same way you slept with that man, wife, and committed adultery, bro. You just smacked the Lord in his face. The same way you selling this fentanyl and drugs and all this out here, you just smack the Lord in the face. You don't even love the same man that looks just like you and might end up dying just like you, but you say you love the Lord and you love Christ. Christ died like a nigga dies. He died just like we died. That man had a bounty just like we got bounties. The same way y'all brothers got warrant, Christ had a warrant.
Right.
And you mean to tell me you can't look this same brother in his face and make ends meet, call it a day, and leave it alone? Christ is the same man that looked like us and just like you look like that brother over there. And you can't love him, but you say you love the Lord, you a goddamn liar. Go somewhere else. Get Matthew 25:40. Go somewhere else, man. Because it's a fake facade, man. Is it because of the times like this, people already don't believe in the Bible. They already know Christianity is a lie. Come on. They been lying for years. 300, 400, 500 years. And you mean to tell me, come on, you are a Christian. You are a Christian. Hey, you got any comments on it?
You just got the Quran just saying it, right? Just saying it right.
Right. Yeah, you are a Christian. Got it? Come on.
Matthew 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them.
And the king was Christ, and when he say unto them is Israel. Them, the Christ is talking to us. Go ahead.
Verily, I say unto you,
unto Israel,
inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of these least of my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
If it don't matter, again, it don't matter how big it is. If you can't show brotherhood, then you ain't showing Christ brotherhood. Period. If you look and turn your nose up, sis, with a sour nose, and you doing that to that sister over there because of whatever she got going on, you doing the same thing to Christ.
Right.
It don't matter how big it is. If you out here like y'all sisters, like on Facebook, they be twerking and having these young boys who ain't even 10 entertaining them. You did that right among Christ, and you think it's cute. But Christ supposed to be your husband that y'all Christians say. So you fooling around with a child on your husband.
Right.
But again, that's what Christianity does. Women empowerment does. Being Muslims, that's what all of that does. Ain't nobody gonna sit here and bring out the true law, statutes, and commandments because it's a whole money thing. It's a money hungry thing. Like your Creflo Dollars, the TD Jakes, all of them, they enjoy that. They enjoy lying to people. Go ahead.
And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of these least of Salaki, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
All right, hold that. Get Ecclesiasticus 9:9. So if you do anything that go contrary against the law, you breaking the law. You transgressing. You're transgression. You're doing it against Christ. You're doing it against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Where there's no law, there's no sin. But it's still 613. But a lot of us, I didn't even realize there was that many, law, statute, commandments. I actually start studying and shedding myself from everything else. Like,
right.
Our parents still think it's 10 commandments, and they wonder why their life in shambles. You got that? It's Ecclesiastes 9:9.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And this right here is going to show you exactly what I'm gonna bring it out and bring it to y'all. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 9 verse 9. Chapter 9 verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife.
Sit not at all with another man's wife. You shouldn't, if you're not authorized, like these higher up generals and captains, you should not be sitting here trying to counsel a sister, walk her through life if she got a husband. You know what I'm saying? Sit here and none of that. You shouldn't even be in her face. Get out her face. Her only person need to be in her face is her husband, not you. Her father and her husband. Go ahead.
Nor sit down with her in thine arms.
What did you come from her for? 1-on-1, going out to eat, coming over watching Netflix. You shouldn't even be doing that.
Right.
But if you're doing that, you're slowly dealing with Christ's wife. You're doing that to Christ. Go ahead. Not saying that's Christ's wife, but I'm putting it together. I need you to see
it. And spend not thy money with her at the wine.
You shouldn't be buying flowers. You shouldn't be buying chocolates, buying her shoes, buying her drugs and weed and lace fronts and all of that.
And drinks.
Drinks and shoes, all of that stuff that these wicked women out here like. You shouldn't be doing none of that. First off, before that, you shouldn't even be in her face. One of the first comments you need to say to her when you try to rap to one of these shorties out here, oh, sis, you got an old man, somebody you dealing with? All right, cool, no sweat, shalom. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. What you got to talk about? That's a used up box. That woman's occupied by her husband. And if you can't see that, then the same small things that you do to your brother, you doing it to Christ. Go ahead.
Lest thy heart incline unto her.
And a lot of brothers don't understand it. A lot of brothers do all of this and do all of that, and now they starting to catch feelings. Meanwhile, she just needs somebody there for an ear, or somebody there for comfort, or you just might be a simple, dumb Uncle Tom that she wooing over to get what she want out of you. Out of you. Now your heart inclined unto it. Now you catch feeling and you think you in love and she all about you. Go ahead.
And so through thy desire thou fall into destruction.
Through thy desire thou fall into destruction. Out of all of that, again, you might be getting set up. Sis, he might end up killing you. The husband might find out and kill you. All of that you got going on, anything can happen. For the simple fact that you ain't supposed to be dealing with this woman. And like I said, you dealing with that woman that's already occupied. You done that to that brother, and you sinning, trying to commit adultery. If not committed adultery, that small sin, you done it to Christ.
Right.
Sis, then sis, this go for you too. Exactly what that precept said, and knowing that man should not be occupying. You shouldn't be going to another man trying to seek counsel. You shouldn't be going to another man asking him to help you this when you got a goddamn old man. Call your daddy if your husband ain't there. Call your daddy.
Right.
That's what you call your brother. Don't call no homeboy, co-worker and all them. Call your daddy. But guess what? When you call that man and you know that man feeling you and you wooing him out of his money for shoes and Balenci's and watches and all the finer so-called thing, just know you doing the same thing. Because now what if your his heart inclined unto you and you ain't feeling him? A lot of sisters been going missing these last years or two. get that Matthew 25 and 40 again? Because this World War III right now. Sisters is gonna need men. Brothers gonna have to come together as men, and we gonna have to be one nation. It ain't no pick a side. You could be the purple guys, you could be these guys, you could be Isupk. None of that, all that stuff gonna be laid desolate. You gonna sit out there and die, or you gonna come in here and get in the truth. Because you got a lot of cowards can't take orders. They gotta go run off and make their own organization. What happened to one body? So that means who Christ supposed to come at for? Who he supposed to come at for? If it's supposed to be one body and the head over here and then the legs over, who Christ supposed to be coming for when the body dead? Go ahead.
And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of these, one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
If you laid around with that woman trying to get out of her, woo her with the money and knowing she taking, and vice versa, you did that same thing to Christ. Same as that thing, nothing different. Nothing different. That's a hard pill to swallow because everybody say, oh, we ain't married, this and that, I can do what I want, but I thought Christ was your husband. You free-spirited, I ain't even gonna get into that garbage. That garbage. But again, pull that Proverbs 16 and 27. Because I'm gonna pull a few things from the smoking, dealing with women, and doing all of this. The way to sin is death. For all y'all weed smokers, y'all better stop at a time like this, man. Y'all better stop. It don't matter. Something gonna pop off right now to where we all might have to run. We all might have to fight. In World War III, how is you gonna run or you gonna fight and your lungs can't even hold the capacity of 5 minutes to run, the 5 minutes to fight, and let alone if they a trainer. If you don't train and you can't breathe, you can't beat them, man. But you want to smoke. Also, hell, might be laced with fentanyl. At the times of things going like this, all these conspiracy theories talking about something. What they say? Population control?
Kind.
But meanwhile, they don't want to say abortion population control. They don't want to say doing drugs is population control. Y'all don't want to say that. And y'all the one controlling it. You can't even blame it on the European man. You're controlling this population. Having 300,000 to 450,000 abortions. Selling drug and crack in your own town. Come on. Passing around HIV and AIDS, being a little whore. Go ahead. 16:27.
Proverbs 16, verse 27. And an ungodly man diggeth up evil.
An ungodly man diggeth up evil. What you got to dig up?
He said, what do I?
No, go ahead.
An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and in his lips there is a burning fire.
What you dig up out the ground?
You dig up plants.
Dig up plants. Now, in his lips is a burning fire.
Right.
In his lips is a burning fire. Is it kindle or in his lips?
In his lips.
In his lips is a burning fire. You dig up, you digging up this coke, this weed up out the ground, and you kindle you putting it between your lips.
Right.
That's smoking. Tobacco. You dig it up, you smoking it. You smoking cocaine and you in crack. You smoking weed. That's what an ungodly man does. That's a sin. That's a sin. And they lacing this stuff with fentanyl at this time. That's that. But you got to be brotherly and stop selling them type of drugs. Because a lot of people think Moses in a burning bush. And they talk about all of this other stuff. You gonna have to understand, an ungodly man digging up evil. It's evil to smoke. That's following another god. That's following the god of Sheba, the East Indians. That's not what we do. How you can't serve two masters. The weight is sin and death, y'all. In World War III, what's going on right now, there we have no era to sin, no space for sinning. Y'all want to talk about grace? Throw grace out the window and think your time is up now. Handle it like it's your time up now. Everybody speak on grace and they abuse grace because they give them one extra day to smoke an extra cigarette. They could get them one extra pack to smoke, one extra cigarette to smoke. What if that one extra cigarette had you croak right there where you stand amongst your whole family? What if that one cigarette put you out right there behind the wheel on the freeway driving because you want to live by grace? Come as you are. We in World War III, yo. We in World War III. It was COVID. It was all this stuff happening. You think the Lord just ain't going to take you out for a little bit of weed at this time?
Right.
Look what they doing to the brothers and sisters going overseas right now. Come on. Come on. You don't ain't nobody gonna protect us. You think these police officers, these black police officers, gonna be able to keep their job when hellfire come on? Go ahead. That's it. Cause they need to hear this. Cause it's the time to smoking weed is not the answer right now. We've been doing that for years.
Right.
And all that Bob Marley boy, be happy and spread all that love. That thing ain't did nothing. I'm saying about the mess around, cause that ain't did nothing for nobody. Nobody. So put that whole weed, that don't do nothing. Third eye is hell. No, that don't work. Third eye. Come on, the Lord gave us 2 eyes. They talking about third eye.
Right.
Third eye. What is a third eye? You don't read when you sober. You had a third eye. If you read, you'll understand you shouldn't smoke.
Right.
If you read, you'll understand World War III around the corner. But they say smoke weed and worship another God, open your third eye. You a goddamn dummy, sis. You a damn weak man, bro. Go ahead.
An ungodly man diggeth up evil.
An ungodly man. Don't say, personal relationship, I'm righteous, I follow after the Lord all the time. I got a person. No, the hell you don't. It say ungodly man. Go ahead.
Diggeth up evil.
Diggeth up evil. Y'all know y'all sell weed and y'all know where plants come up out the ground. It don't come out the sky. Go ahead.
And in his lips there is as a burning fire.
It's burning fire. It's cigarettes. It's weed. Weed is not going to help you. Weed is going to delay you. World War III come around, a bomb drop right now, man, everybody be outside looking. The weed heads wouldn't know what the hell going on. Y'all be laid and delayed. Salaki. Go and again, you smoke that weed, you killing yourself, you killing your brothers, you killing Christ. The smallest thing you do, you killing Christ. If it's against the sin. Go ahead. Go back to Matthew 24, 25, and 40. How does it look, bro? Good night. Nah, you good. Go ahead. Oh. Good.
Matthew 25 and 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as he have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Sis, you love Christ, take that man on child support. Bruh, you love Christ? I don't even know. Damn, don't slack it. Is there any even Christian men that go to Christian church pay child support?
I think so.
I don't know what the hell they got going on. But I'm salaki on that, man. But sis, you love Christ, take that man on child support. Tell your Christian pastor if he really love y'all, tell him, ask him about these precepts and tell him to stop lying. Tell him to stop lying. If you love Christ, you'll ask those questions for everybody to know. Go ahead. That was all of it? John 13:34. Yeah, because a lot of folks say they love Christ, this and that. Time is close. Time close as hell. And the first thing they're going to do is run to the Christian church talking about revival and we going to come together. We got to make sure things are straight. Why wait till the last minute because we got grace? Why wait till the last minute? World War III is just the beginning when it strike off. When thermonuclear war happened and these European people start kicking in doors and stuff like that, man, if you ain't got no brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, no strong brotherhood or no strong brother that's going to defend and protect, then we ain't got nothing. That's how we survive. Stop being cowards and men ends with your brother. Stop being a coward and denying and always want to have a problem and shoot your brother. That is a coward move to want to kill your brother and not make sure y'all situated.
Right.
That is a weak goddamn move. If you want to sit here and shoot your brother down, you are a weak man.
Right.
You're not doing it, and we don't condone none of that. So don't get it misconstrued. But y'all not out here doing that back to them. So you are being a coward to kill your own brother versus trying to build up the nation. That's it. Sis, you're being a coward when you sit there and tell on that man and get him locked up and he can't deal with his kids. You are a coward. Go ahead. 13:34.
John 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you.
A new commandment. And who that's speaking?
Christ.
That's Christ speaking. For all the Christ is my husband. Go ahead.
That ye love one another.
Love one another. The Lord said that's a commandment. Just like we said with that last precept, what was it? Ecclesiastes 9:9. Do not let, spend money on that woman. Go ahead.
As I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
Ye love one another. Church folk believe otherwise. Like we were saying earlier. If that man ain't acting right, leave him. Go get you a good man. Meanwhile, she booked over in the office somewhere, drinking communion, and things happen to her all at the same time. Meanwhile, you come to church. Hell, I was in the world. Go to church smelling like weed, play the drums, and leave. Come on. Ain't nobody love me enough to tell me not to smoke. They'll just make sure I put my ties in and I play the drums right. That was it. Go ahead.
By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples.
All men should know. By this, all men. Not some, not few. All men. Go ahead.
If ye have love to one another.
You'll be the student if you love one another. But that's a commandment again. Brotherhood, sisterhood, childhood, whatever. That is a commandment.
Right.
That is a law. That you if somebody's screwing up, that's your job to correct. The same way you go out here with the 9 to 5, it's my job to say, Kai, nah, bro, don't. It's his job to say, excuse me, sir, nah, don't. Like that's our job. The same way we gotta worry about the European man paying us for our money, I gotta worry about the same thing with him. Paying my dues and respecting him and vice versa. That's our job. You got any comments on that? No. Okay. That's our job. Start from the top.
A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
Ye love one another. Love is an action word. It don't even matter if it's not a sin. If you see somebody about to do something crazy that could potentially put them in harm's way or not wise, that's just showing love. I ain't doing nothing but showing love. Take a brother out to eat, man. Let's go have a couple drinks. Know what I mean?
Right.
Take a sister out to eat. Show her a recipe. Go cook and turn up and dance in the kitchen with her. That's this small thing. It ain't always got to be a sin.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? Just show love. Love. But then there's also tough love. You shouldn't be smoking. You're gonna die. You're going to die. Sis, you shouldn't be laying with that man. You might end up dying. Go ahead.
That ye also love one another.
That ye also love one another. That's all Christ saying, and it's a commandment. It ain't no option or ultimatum or nothing like that. That's a commandment. Like, you shall. This is what you do. And then if you make it, and again, I love saying it this way, if you making it seem like it's too goddamn hard, what the hell is hard when this king died for us? That's hard to give your life for a bunch of strangers because your father said go do it. You know how many times we rebelled against our parents and got our behind whooped and something they didn't find out about, but he had to do it.
Right.
There is no way that brother could have ran from not doing it. And you saying it's too goddamn hard to tell them folks to get off that block. It's too hard for you to actually take care of your kids. It's too hard for you to shut the hell up and tell your homegirl she need to slow down. She about to be 30. Y'all worry about the wrong things. The wrong things. And if you feel like you're scared, if you're scared to tell them, then you're a waste of a corpse. You're a waste of a corpse. You're just worse off better than them because you know they need change, but you're too scared to just confront the demon. And that brother, Officer Bon Karab, man, I love that brother. That brother always said, he was like, if you got an issue with your real and she got a demon on her, let her know. I'm not going to allow a demon to take my wife from me.
Right.
Don't let that demon take a brother or sister from you or from what they supposed to be. You fight that demon. If they choose to run off and rebel, let them run. But when that demon come around you and you know it's at fault and it ain't right, you confront that demon head on because it's your job. And Lord allow you win that brother and sister over, because you might be fighting a demon and they'll be right there helping you kill that same demon that you had to fight by yourself. All he's gonna do is iron sharpen iron. Get that Romans 6:23 Bible shot. But yeah, so I mean, you fight that demon, man. Quit worried about how they feel about it, this and that. Because at the end of the day, when we put our life on the line, me and Kazamar and all the brothers in South Carolina, we go out on the street corners every Saturday. None of us might not make it home. One of us just might make it home. All of us never know. We put our life on it and we ain't worried about the consequences. We not worried. We go out there for pleasure because we know this is what we got to do, to die in glory for our people. Live in glory and die in glory. Quit being cowards and worry about the small thing. What they gonna do? They gonna kill you because you said a cigarette ain't no good for them? They that low? They that depressed? They gotta kill you because you said cigarettes is no good for them. Meanwhile, when they kill you, they die of cancer the next day. Dang. How the hell that sound? You got that?
Okay. Romans 6:23. For the wages of sin is death.
What's a wage, y'all? And whoever in the comments, what's a wage? Well, what's another word for wage? You got it, trust me. Officer Dawda hit me with this like when I first start coming in. Go for it. You got it. Go ahead. Hey, anybody in the chat got it? Go ahead and add number one word.
Like money.
Close. Close. Very close. It ain't even the money part. Is the word part, not even the money. Anybody on that? All right, wage of sin is death. Wage ain't nothing but price.
Oh, right.
The price of sin is death. So when you out here, you doing this and you living lawless, you doing everything contrary to the Bible, doing things that you unlawful sex, interracial sex, the wages of sin is death, man.
Right.
And again, I'm glad I just said what I said, because a lot of brothers that like these European women out here, at the time of World War III and these militias start kicking off, want to slaughter our nigga behinds and niggas and spicks and savages, just because you with that European woman, the way to sin is death. You are a target. You are a target. Reason being is because them European is not going to allow their side to lose their daughter to goddamn nigger. They are not going to allow that. They are not going to allow that Caucasian girl to lose it to a goddamn nigger. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to be wooed into coming with them. You're going to think that you're about to live your best life, and you know what's going to happen? You're going to die. You're going to die. When it comes to these weed and all this and this stuff start kicking off, and they start cutting these food stamps and stuff like that out, and then they ain't got child support and they ain't getting all these stimmies and all that, you know what's going to happen when you smoke that weed? Because sin is death. You're going to overdose on goddamn fentanyl. That's what happened. When you don't have brotherhood and people that at least tell you what you're doing is wrong or try to help you fight that demon, you're bound to fail to the system.
Right.
When you out here sleeping with whores, just because they need a man now at this time and you can't control your rod because you're such a sick bastard, you're going to catch AIDS and HIV. Your whole objective was to be a brother to these sisters, protect them, not make them out of whores or you being a filthy bastard. But since you want to sin, now you got AIDS and HIV.
Right.
Vice versa. You want to have all these men, now your daughter got molested. And guess whose fault that is? It's your fault. And when you die because of it, guess what? It's your fault and you deserve it. Who cares? Because you know now. You know it's a sin. And that's another point we were talking about earlier. Why you think a lot of brothers and sisters, put it like this, a lot of brothers and sisters out here in the world don't think sex is marriage, which it is. Why in the hell they fighting and they going to hell and high waters, murdering, killing, and rape, robbing each other when they find out somebody slept with another person, now they want to fight.
Right.
Y'all, I thought y'all wasn't married. Why take it to the magnitude of y'all being married? Because y'all know, the spirit knows. Becky and Jeff out there do that shit. They do that stuff all day, Salaki. They do that all day. But then you got another brother who want to kill another brother because his wife want to be a whore. Why is it like that? That's the spirit in us to conquer. And that's ours. I work for that. That's mine. But the wages of sin, when you do that, is death.
Right.
You got that?
Yeah, a little bit more on that.
Yeah, that's John, right?
No, the Romans.
John.
No, which one?
You still at 30, 35?
No, I'm at Romans 6 and 23.
Oh, Salaki. Yeah, read it one more time, man.
Okay. For the wages of sin is death.
The wages of sin is death, man. If you sinning out here, there's death around the corner.
Right.
Don't lean on because you got grace the reason why you gonna keep sinning. Because just because you got grace, you might just die slow with hepatitis.
Right.
That's your grace right there. Enjoy all the grace you can now. Yeah, y'all ain't want to hear that. Enjoy all that AIDS. That's your grace, all in there with the maid until you're dead. Now that's all the grace you need. Your grace, you might want to say you're dead now. The grace over with. That's a perfect grace.
Finish it.
On that same verse.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But the gift of God is eternal life.
The gift of God. What's the gift of God? Let me say it like that. How do you get eternal life?
By keeping His commandments.
By keeping them. That's the gift. You keep these laws, statutes, commandment, you'll get eternal life. The gift. This right here, the gift. I shot.
That's right.
That's it.
Go.
All right. Go to Luke 6 and 31. Both quick shot. Yeah, we about to get to that hot spot now. Yeah, after this one. Yeah, man, because World War III ain't nothing to be playing around with. And I know I was doing a whole bunch of, rant and raving on this women empowerment. But again, we love our women and everything. We don't hate y'all. But it's the fact that it's like, it's hard to get sisters to really understand where brothers be coming from. It's like having to talk to a hard-headed son, but not calling y'all men. And it just, World War III coming around, sis. You don't need a man, but you're going to need that man. Brothers, you're not going to be out here gangbanging. Them Bloods and Crips on the corner, they ain't going to be nobody on the block when Russia or somebody come running through it. Them militias start coming through with choppers and all that. It ain't going to be no Bloods and Crips out there. Them boys going to be in the house playing 2K. They going to be picking and choosing when they want to sell drugs. What was best convenient for them. They ain't worried about that. They is not worried about that. We ain't even got a box full of, a pantry full of food to make it through 3 weeks. And you think you just going to be out here doing whatever you want to do. Right. If we living on government assistance, we ain't going to do it. The only way that's going to work if we stick together. You can't do it by yourself. Gotcha. That's my own trick. Yeah, we ain't going to be able to do it by ourselves, man. So stop thinking that. The Christian church got the mind all effed up, thinking worry about yourself. Meanwhile, they say worry about yourself. Guess what? The pastor worry about himself. The pastor worry about himself. Look at Kirk Franklin. Worry about himself. Wearing skinny jeans. Look at Tyler Perry. He and she, or they worry about themselves. Like, they worry about themselves, but look where they getting. They getting all the money and reaping all the benefits off the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. But guess what? They doing for World War II. Because I don't know what the hell Tyler Perry gonna do, because we ain't accepting that garbage up in here.
Right.
You better do something. You better go to RuPaul. Go ahead.
Luke 6 and 21.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed are ye that hunger now.
You said 32? Oh, no, it's 31.
You said Luke
6 and 31.
So I like it. Luke 6 and 31. Mm-hmm. And as ye would that men should do to you,
as what you want the man to do to you, go ahead.
Do ye also to them likewise.
Okay. Do what you gotta do, man. You don't want nobody lying to you. So stop going to the Christian church, man. But just once you stop going, don't start lying to other people. You don't want nobody fooling around with your daughter, groping in, doing whatever they doing. So stop chasing these young, behind girls out here when you 30, 40, 50 years old. It's the same thing. You wouldn't want a 60-year-old all up on your 19-year-old daughter. Don't be no 40-year-old man out here trying to chase 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old. It's the same. Go ahead.
And as ye what that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
Exactly. You don't want nobody doing that to you. Do it the same. Treat them with respect. One thing in the school that these brothers and them, we love each other. We show respect. That's one thing. We love and respect each other. And again, we show brotherhood because if a situation was to come about the where it was miscommunication or a misunderstanding, guess what we do? We go to him and him alone, and we talk about it. We don't fight. We don't get into it. We all used to fight and all of this heart hollering and scream. Well, we don't do that no more. We don't. We talk it out. We be men about it. Right. We don't be cowards and kill each other or go sleep with the other wife or try to find a way to get over on them. We don't do that. That's what a BA nigga do. That's what BA niggas do. That's what them skinny jean wearing fools out there in the world do. We don't do that. We are men. Men of the Lord. Men with valor. Men with honor. Read that one more time.
As ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
Do the same thing. Don't do unto other what you want done unto you.
Right.
Do the same thing. Treat them with the same respect. All right. That's all it is, man. It ain't hard either. Stop making it seem like it's hard. But the thing is, a lot of people got a demon on them. A demon. To where they do things and expect things to not be done back. If that's the case, y'all doing things that y'all brother, why you ain't doing that to the European people? And they did way more than the brother that's on the block. They did that to all the ancestors. Not saying go do it. We don't condone it. But why y'all ain't giving that back their message?
Right.
1 John 15 and 12. Yeah, why y'all not giving back their message? Oh, so like John 15 and 12. Wrote that down. Yeah. Whenever you got it, you can read it.
John 15 and 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another.
Hold up. This is another commandment, that ye love one another. Martin Luther King died for himself. He didn't love nobody. King Von died for himself. He ain't love nobody. Eddie Long died for himself. He ain't love nobody. And what I mean by all of that, they did their own personal thing. They had their own personal lust, and they died behind whatever they wanted to do. They didn't love anybody. Anybody. All of them had some type of control in the old society with the civil rights movement to the Christian church to the modern day street niggas. And nobody did anything. They sat out here and lived under their own glory, their own satisfaction, and they died for their self. Not nobody. Go ahead.
That ye love one another.
Love one another. If Martin Luther King really had love for your dumb behind grandmama and granddaddy, you think he would have been out there trying to bring everybody together when the scriptures say don't? And he's a pastor. He's a pastor. Martin Luther King and Eddie Long, you think he would have died like that and Eddie Long died of AIDS if he knew he was supposed to be doing what he doing? Come on. They were sinning. You think King Von, if he was really doing it for us and he would have been getting them young boys out that block, he would have died the way he did? Always talking about guns and doing what he was doing back when, well, hell, he been in the world. Back before he made it big. They all had the power to change something. And they didn't use it wisely and they died like cowards. The one died of HIV and AIDS. And the other died because they was gunned the hell down.
Right.
Gunned the hell down. And it would make this situation even more crazy. You had a homosexual pastor that died of HIV/AIDS for molesting and doing what he was doing with young chaps. You had another young brother that died at the own hands of another brother. Another brother. Then you had another brother that died at the hands of a European because he wanted to bring people together and he was liking white women. You don't see how we don't fit the curses? We look how we fit the curses. We get died each and every way. I said we get died. We die each and every way. Each and every way. It don't matter how it is. How it is. Go ahead.
As I have loved you.
Start from the top.
This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
Love one another. And again, that's another thing. Eddie Long really loved us. Your TD Jakes and your pastors and whoever the hell your line pastor, you think if they really loved us, they would have told the truth? They would have took that L and been kicked out the Christian church. If Martin Luther King really loved us, me and his brother would be running a corporation right now. Name all over something. Asha and Akaz rental services. It's like, and look what we got. Because he say he loved us. Not a damn. We don't even own, only the best person owning something right now is some goddamn shoes. And one of them don't even care about us. Look, King Von, look, what the hell he do? Smoke blunts? Talk about how he murdered a brother? And then he got slaughtered the same, he lived by the sword, died by, he got slaughtered the same way. But niggas talking about he love me, he'll ride. If you gonna ride for your brother, the best way to ride for your brother is make sure he ain't out here doing sin. Riding for your brother, pulling the strap on nobody, you ain't riding for your brother. He ain't riding, you riding for your damn self to death. Go ahead. Yeah, one more time.
This is my commandment.
This is a commandment again. This is all brotherhood. And it is an abundance of brotherhood precepts out this Bible. That clearly brotherhood is a weapon. And that's one of the things in the UPK, we say that a lot. Brotherhood is a weapon.
Right.
A weapon. It don't matter if it's free hand, no hands, whatever. It is a weapon. It could be a verbal conversation and it's still a weapon because it's brotherhood. A phone call to another brother is still a weapon. Me standing arm in arm side by side with his brother is still a weapon. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
That ye love one another as I have loved you.
Christ gave his life. Christ gave his life. So you mean to tell me you can't sit here and tell a brother when he wrong? King Von and Quando Rondo, they had that beat. So you mean to tell me Quando and let me break the little story down to that real quick. Because I'm gonna show you what a brother. Quando and Von had beef. Von went all the way to Georgia, with all the, what is OTL, whatever them brothers supposed to be. Right. Went all the way down there. A beef happened when they came out the club. Now hear it out. Von talk about nothing but guns. Quando do too, but his majority of his music is not about that. They get into a fight in the club. Von getting the best of him. But you know what happened? Quando wasn't the one that shot him. His homeboy shot him. Shot King Von. You know why? Because the same way he was sitting killing all the people and rapping about what he did, he died the same way. But you know the best thing that could have happened? They could have talked. Them brothers was already fighting. They could have did a one-on-one fight, got it over, shook hands, boom, be old school with it. Or they could have talked it out. But you see how the way to sin is done because it was a third party. Somebody who was not even involved he wasn't even aware of that third person and came back and just burned him.
Right.
Now the little brother right now doing a little time. I don't know how much time he doing, but now look. People still to this day, talking about ain't nobody ride for Von. You see, like it's a residual cycle. All that riding Von did, and he died when his time was up. He died. Now everybody saying Dirk ain't got nobody out here riding for Von. Dirk ain't got nobody out here. Nobody else died after King Von died. It's a residual cycle. There's no brotherhood. That is the situation happening when you have no brotherhood.
Right.
And it took that brother, I forgot what's the name of that TV show is with Gilly the Kid and the other dude. He told him, stop that madness. That brother cried on air and told him to stop the madness. But that's the wages of sin is death. If you break brotherhood code, then you bound to die like a coward. You're gonna be a female how you die. I don't mean to say it like that. I don't mean no disrespect to y'all sisters, but I gotta talk to these brothers a specific type of way to get them to understand. They would die like a woman. Go ahead.
Want to read the next verse?
Which one was that?
John 15.
Yeah, go all the way to 14.
Greater love hath no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends.
Now you mean to tell me nobody could have stepped in the middle of that fight and stopped, whether he got his life taken or not? Martin Luther King, he didn't give his life; he got his life taken. Eddie Long didn't give his life for nobody; he got his own life taken. And you know how they did it, Kyle? Right. He didn't get a life; they gave up their life. Giving their life is doing what Christ did. He was on a mission.
Right.
He went out there and did it. He went out there and suffered for the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Martin Luther King, Vaughn, and Eddie Long, and Tyler Perry and them, they ain't doing that. They giving up their life. Go ahead.
Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you.
So you mean to tell me that Eddie Long molested them boys and Christ gonna be good friends with him and me, and I ain't molest no kids?
Right.
How that work? Well, and I ain't nothing. I'm nothing. I'm just a precinct officer. I shot y'all an officer 50 in the school, but I ain't nothing. But what kind of friend am I to Christ if a child molester can molest his own brother and then still be graded on the same age as me? When they say the one who teaching them to sin and they know law, they're least in the kingdom.
Right.
How can I be on the same level as him when I didn't even do it? That Christ is not his friend. They are not friends. Kurt Franklin is not friend. None of them. Even for all y'all so-called conscious community, Dr. Umar, Gregory, Kendrick, J. Cole, they are not his friends. They're not friends.
Right.
Bob Marley is not his friend. No matter how conscious they are, they're not friends. If you're not in the school with the Isupk, 9 times out of 10 you ain't keeping the law.
Right.
Or you don't know all the law. They are not friends. And it don't matter how you look at it. That's all of it.
Come on.
Get that Matthew 18:21. Yeah, probably that Blackstone. 18 and 20. Matthew 18:21. They are not friends. So I mean, it ain't no way. That doesn't make sense. How can they sin one way or however because of their stature or the quality of life they live versus a little old nappy-head Negro like me or another brother in my school, and how we friends and we're greater on the same level? Come on. Read that we read.
18.
Matthew 18:21.
Damn. Matthew 18 and 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me?
Go ahead. Peter coming to Christ, he asking him. He said, Lord, or Christ, how long should they sin against me, man? just like you asked, with your parent. And I know I'm a prime example because I was hard-headed when I was young. How many times we gotta tell this boy, honey? How many times we gotta tell him he ain't doing what he supposed to be doing? How many times? And just kept saying it. Like, I was due for plenty of A whoopers. I should have had about 40 a month. Literally. Pops kept asking, Mom kept asking, how many times? This boy getting away with murder. How many times? Go ahead.
How oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him?
How many times his brother should do something wrong? Like again, don't matter. Take money, disrespect him, slander his name, try to grope his wife, anything, belittle him, just call him off his rank or whatever. How long? Go ahead.
Till 7 times?
Till 7 times. Go ahead.
Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
And Christ just said, I'm not telling you only 7 times. I'm telling you 77 times, 70 times 7 or 77 times 7? I be getting mixed up. He telling him, and it's not a direct number, so don't bring out your calculator. Because you know as Judites, Israel, we talking slang and metaphors and all of this. He's saying until the end. Whoever died first, you forgive them. And after they die, you still forgive them. Period. If you die first, he'll never bring it up.
Right.
Period. Nip it in the bud. 9 times out of 10, once y'all nip it in the bud, Lord allow, y'all brotherhood get stronger and y'all can laugh about it. Don't even laugh about it. Don't even think about it. Leave it alone. That's all of that.
Come.
All right, Mark 12 and 31.
Mark 12 and 31. And the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love the neighbor as yourself. Like, if that brother doing something wrong, it ain't even got to be a sin. I feel like that could potentially cause him to err, you know what I'm saying, or sin, or just not wise. If I wouldn't do it, I wouldn't make that decision because I feel like that potentially gonna put it in jeopardy of something. Tell that brother, like, nah, bro, you know what I'm saying? Hey, seek counsel on that, because we hear that a lot. Seek counsel, you know what I'm saying? Call Captain Nata, call the camp leader, Natazah, you know, or call General Muhammad. You know, just seek counsel on that first. Go ahead.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
No other greater commandment greater than these. Love your neighbor. It's not hard, man. And I know people in the world, and this is where discipline and strength come in at. For all y'all that's in class coming in, whether you got your name or not, trying to love people and deal with people out in the world is so much harder because they're ignorant, for one. They lack of knowledge and they don't know the truth. But that's where that strength and discipline comes in, because now you'll see where your true strength is at, because we all had to go through it. You got ignorant parents, brother, sister, kid, whatever out there. Continue to show them the image of the Lord. Show them the image of being godly, and they'll respect it. That's where it comes in at. Don't be weak just because they act sour and then you want to act a different way. Understand, you coming in here, you have a job. You can't work at Taco Bell and somebody say, MF, I ask for hot sauce, and you start spazzing on them. That's your job. You still gotta be, what's the right term?
Cordial.
Yeah, cordial. Perfect word. You gotta be cordial. You gotta be businesslike. And that's where it's gonna be hard at, because you're dealing with people out there that's ignorant, stupid, don't know nothing, don't care to know nothing, and just ain't gonna believe or refuse to believe until time pass. But when you come in here, it's a lot easier because we understand we're that one body and we on that same page.
Right.
Maybe they ain't. That's what makes it hard. But you got to continue to work. You got to do it. Because we all depend on each other. Not just you, not just me. You know what I'm saying? Your job is my job. Her job is her job. We all come to, it take a village to raise them. And we all still children. No matter how old, we all still children in this truth.
Right.
Period. Take a village to raise a child, and we all still children. Go ahead.
Read again.
Okay.
And the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love the neighbor as yourself, man. Love your neighbor as yourself. And the thing is, when it say your neighbor, it's saying the next black person, next Hispanic person, next Native Indian person. It's not saying, all right, I'm black, closest person outside of that is a white person. Close person after that is an African. Close person, no, it's talking about neighbor. I'm a Negro. Love the next Negro that's closest to me.
Right.
Not the one outside next door that I can knock on the door. The Negro that's sitting right beside me, that's my neighbor. In my nation, that's the next person that's close to home. That's the neighbor. It's not, it don't matter for all y'all that like interracial women and all that. That's not your neighbor. That is not your neighbor. I don't know what the hell that is, but that's not your neighbor. They don't belong to you. They're not in the neighborhood. It's not forbidden. Go ahead.
Thou shalt. I was like, there is no other commandment greater than these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no other greater commandment than these. Forgive your neighbor. How the hell you gonna forgive them and you can't forget your neighbor? How?
Right.
It don't make no sense. Oh, Isaiah 9:16. Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, do you, how many, perfect example, how many of y'all forgive y'all pastors? Most of y'all ain't been in the church 5, 10, 20 years. Y'all forgive y'all pastors? Y'all say, oh, the church is a lie. Everything they teaching them. Do y'all forgive y'all pastors? Do y'all forgive them pastors? Come on. Come on. Forgive your neighbor. Y'all don't forget them pastors, you don't forget your neighbor. You got to understand, come to the conclusion that they're liars. Forgive them, but don't deal with them no more. Because the Lord going to handle that. You got it?
Oh, God. Isaiah 9:16.
Mm-hmm.
For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
Hey, some of y'all write some leaders down in the chat. Give me a leader.
Be basic. Let me give you
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever.
give you goddamn.
Louis Farrakhan.
Louis Farrakhan. Louis bald-faced, pork-eating, perm-headed Louis Farrakhan. Psst.
Boy.
Anybody?
Yeah,
Man, the leaders of the people cause them to err. And error simply means error. You're living wrong. You're causing errors. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a few like the Audre Lorde woman. She did women empowerment. Meanwhile, she was an Afro-Greek lesbian that was married to a Caucasian European man, had 2 kids by him, turned around, left him, and went and married a lesbian woman that was a professor in psychology.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. Then you got Steve Harvey and T.D. Jakes. Come on. Then you turn around, you got Harry Hay, the one over LGBT community. Then you turn around, got Dr. Umar in the conscious community. Meanwhile, Dr. Umar robbing the hell out of y'all. Y'all still ain't got them 2 middle schools built for the girls and boys yet. And that was supposed to be done 3 years ago. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. like, come on. Come on. The leaders in this generation called you to err. But you know who our leader in the ISUPK? Commander General Yohana. He the only brother that really stood and took ground on his truth. And it fell in his lap and he hit the ground running. Never turned his back like y'all fake elders. Y'all fake up the camp, Israelite camps, the purple guys, GMS, all of that. That's a lie.
Right.
And your leaders cause you to err. That's why y'all at camp with these shower curtains and y'all here with these bed sheets on, thinking y'all looking righteous and royal. In basketball shoes and wearing purple and sitting in rob pictures. Come on, talking about molesting children, daughters, smoking weed and dreadlock. The other camp just allowed a European man to be inside of their congregation and married a beautiful sister. The purple guys just went to a Christian church. Your leaders cause you to err. Your leaders. Because you don't goddamn want to read. You don't want to put your boots on. You don't want to be a man and gird up your loins. You want to hear smooth things. Like a coward. You talk smooth to your woman. You woo your woman like that. You're not a woman. You're a man. And if you feel like that's how you need to be talked to, you're the F word. Just like that. You are a man. You have a problem to take orders. You have a problem to be a man. You have a problem to separate yourself from these European and these filthy, disgusting customs like smoking weed and dreadlocks because Eve liked dreadlocks. The hell with what Eve liked. Look what the hell Adam went through because he worried about what Eve liked and what she wanted. You need to be a leader.
Right.
And your leaders cause you to err because you want to be a goddamn weak leader. And you know what's going to happen? A residual cycle. You're going to raise a weak young man. You're going to raise a whore of a daughter. That's what you're going to do. You're going to lie on scriptures because your leaders err. And that's what you like. Anything that sounds right, anything that fits your disgusting agenda because you're a waste and filthy body of a corpse because you don't want to change. And you get that from your weak ass leaders. Your Kurt Franklin, skinny jeans. Your T.D. Jakes. They got the whole congregation. T.D. Jake probably been pastoring longer than I was born. My grandmama know him. Well, what's the other dude? the pimp dude. He used to be an ex-pimp and he's a pastor. You got a rapper named Mace that is a pastor. You got a Kanye that is a pastor. I mean, gospel, whatever the hell. Beyonce got her own Bible. You're weak. Your leaders are goddamn weak, and so are you. Because the reason why you fall into it and you love it so much because it's what's popular. It's what's popping. You don't want to hear the sour truth. You don't want to hear nobody say, shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about, sis. You don't want to hear nobody saying, shut up and listen. That's what you don't want to hear.
Right.
And of course, you don't like the delivery I'm giving, but I don't give a damn. Because your Christian pastor does enough singing and dancing and talking and gyrating in the church. He did it all this time. It's enough for that. It's enough. Weak behind leader. Steve Harvey got the nerve to have a TV show every morning trying to counsel sisters on behalf of what the hell they need to do. Meanwhile, his daughter is a goddamn whore. His daughter is a whore. And this is facts. This is not me talking. Come on. Weak ass leaders.
Right.
You think Christ was sitting over here talking song? Christ was in the congregation flipping tables. Flipping goddamn tables. Screaming. A roughneck Negro looked just like me and you. Worried about how I'm going to deliver this message. I ain't about to sing to you. The hell? Read it again.
For the leaders of this people caused them to err.
The leaders of these people, the leaders of Israel, that the people that's leading Israel, not the leader of Israel, cause us to err, to think things are all right. Love God and have your own personal relationship. How in the hell you got an own personal relationship and me and you got to follow the same goddamn rules out the same book? You ain't got your own book. You ain't got no damn person. We got a relationship with this nation. Talking about personal relationship. The pastor got a personal damn relationship with your child. That's what your pastor got. Talking about some personal relationship. Your wife got a personal relationship with the goddamn pastor. And the damn DSS, whatever. Go ahead.
And they that are led of them are destroyed.
Are what?
Are destroyed.
And they that are led of them are destroyed. Our sisters think they don't need a man. They can do what the hell they want. When World War III come around, you go to your Christian pastor. Better yet, no, don't go. You come here and you tell your Christian pastor to come here. That's what you do. Because they destroying y'all. Let me get a little more out. Just not too much. And some of that other juice too. About Kushal.
Okay.
They're destroying us. Destroying. For all you Muslim brother that think you Muslim and you think you knew something with that goddamn paper plate on your head, you don't know nothing. You're destroyed. You're following the beliefs of a heathen. For all you people that think y'all know Hebrew, you don't know it. You're speaking Yiddish. We don't understand Yehudi draws. We don't understand all that. Yahusha. What is that? You are destroyed. Thanks to your Martin Luther King. Thanks to your Creflo Dollar. Thanks to your TDJs. Thanks to all of those people that you feel like is so great, high and mighty throughout that ain't worth a damn. You got a better chance following Kendrick Lamar and goddamn Kodak. At least they know they Israel. But they stuck behind the fame. And not saying follow them. Because they still they're considered heathens too. Your leaders cause you to err. And I tell you this. Boy, that fog is hell. I tell you this. If your elders or your high deacons, bishops, or whatever you want to call, or rabbis, whatever, if these 40, 50, 60-year-old people and they're sitting here teaching or telling you something, you're believing it, and you don't understand this is one body, brother, sister, you got a problem. Because if they knew anything, they understand it's one body. And they are a liar too. Period. Y'all follow, people really think they Rosses and they Jamaicans because of damn Bob Marley. That man was a dirt chaser Irish
Right.
that smoked weed
Right.
and had dreads. All his sons did the same damn thing, and that's y'all leader. All these filthy, disgusting women out here, man, some beautiful sisters I see, and then when I see them with dreads, I automatically think hygiene or whore. I know weed, and I automatically think hygiene because they follow a filthy heathen leader. Y'all follow Obama. Y'all follow. Don't nobody follow Akon or Michael Blackston. Everybody follow everybody else.
Right.
And it's disgusting. Your weak leaders cause you to err. They destroy our nation. But then Commander General Yohana, our leader, a great leader,
Right.
lead us right now. You think we worship in the man, or we worship in General Yohana in y'all word. But at the end of the day, what has this man done that failed? Every camp out here, we heard something going wrong. Like the other brothers that they pass over at the strip club where breast and stuff was at. All it is, and they nice long dresses with fringes at the bottom and all of that. Like, they come on. Not one time, each and every group out here, you hear things, you see things, and that don't go, and it gets blown all the way out of proportion for a reason, because you know it's not in the scripture. Commander General Yohana is doing his job. He is our leader, and we don't err.
Right.
We're building up nation. We doing food drive. We doing prison program, record expunge program, getting brothers and sisters off drugs, getting brothers and sisters jobs. You know, helping brothers and sisters get their kids back. Helping them. What is your nation doing? The other nation will sell their own brother out and snitch on their brother for 20 goddamn shekels because he got a warrant. The purple guy even said, who the hell give a damn about Trayvon Martin? He didn't listen. That brother, how old was Trayvon?
He was 16 or 17.
That man was a lad. And he got gunned down, chased down, and gunned down by an animal. A beast of the field. A goddamn animal. And they had them same leaders that y'all following these other camps said, the hell with Trayvon Martin. The hell with Trayvon Martin. These same leaders decide to wear long dresses like they Muslims that look like skirts. They dresses longer than they wives.
Right.
They go into the strip clubs. Come on. They wearing Muslim turbans on their head and y'all follow these leaders. Y'all leaders got dreadlocks and allow heathens in here. Start from the top one more time.
Gun. Mm-hmm. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, mm-hmm. and they that are led of them are destroyed.
Again, a lot of sisters on Facebook especially, this is what they like to say. That don't give a man a right to run up and touch on a woman, this and that. You are 100% right. Any brother that touch a sister without will, he should be laid down to rest. Like that's just filthy, automatic. You ain't even got to go all to the end. If a man touch a woman the wrong way, he should be laid down. Now, not maybe to that extent, but he should be dealt with very accordingly. But for sisters to say things like that, why do you think that's right? You know why? Because Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Rihanna, Beyonce, all these sisters out here showing breasts, and those are your leaders, and you think it's okay. You can say, oh, I'm comfortable with myself. Then why you got to show it? It ain't hard to show ass and breast, and any man will like you. You're comfortable with yourself. You could be 600-700 pounds and walk out here ass naked, and it's gonna be a brother that like it. So what are you comfortable with? You could be the boniest thing that look like this, and the brother's gonna like it.
Right.
So that comfortable. Your leaders cause you to do that. Y'all brothers out here think y'all real gangsters. Skinny jeans, behind showing. Y'all think that's okay because you're Lil Waynes, you're NLE Choppers, whoever else was, you're Young Thugs. Y'all think it's cool. Y'all pick up guns and think it's cool because you follow Boosie. But guess what? Boosie is your leader. Young Thug and them your leader. They got money, not saying money important, they got money to stay out of that problem. Boosie beat that prison time. But you know, guess what? Since you're a nigger, a spick, and a savage, when you walk around with those skinny jeans on, think you holding a strap, and you go out there and get caught with a dirty gun to lay somebody down, guess what? You nigger, you spick, you savage, you do life. You do all that time. You know why? Because you follow your leader Boosie. You follow your leader Young Thug. You follow famous Dex because they could do drugs. And you follow your Lil Waynes because they sleeping with whores. Give me Jose at 4 and 6.
Oh, we got.
Anything on the monitor?
Nah, just a bunch of rats. Jose 4 and 6.
Whenever you get it, go ahead. But it is ridiculous. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. Got nerd sisters out here. Sisters out here say, "Oh, I want a real man. Oh, my daddy. Oh, a real man gonna do this, man. Go ahead.
You got a comment?
Go ahead.
Marcus said, look at Young Thug and the boys be wearing all that homo and Boosie degrade black women to the fullest.
Right. That's heavy. Yeah, get that brother a hand, man.
Right.
And that's crazy because when you say about Young Thug, you know what I'm saying? Young Thug, man, this man got here. This dude will go out here in fishnets, blonde hair, leather, purple pants, all type of filthy, disgusting thing. But then the Boosie thing, like you say, everybody know. If you don't know it, then go look on YouTube. I ain't gonna say it. When COVID first hit, he'll say, "Show some for some money." Show some for money, all on social media. Not a personal chat, not no FaceTime or Facebook call or whatever that other stuff y'all be doing. He said it on live. Right. Facebook Live. 9,000 people, 2,000 people, 15,000 people. And asked sisters to get on here and show something for some money. That's your leaders. That's your leader. And you know why sisters go out here and get abducted? They get treated like whores and filth because of that type of leader. Brothers want to be like that and think, and this is for y'all brothers, because sisters always try to get on other brothers saying brothers need, and I'm talking to y'all this time. That's why sisters out here acting like that, because you're disgusting. You're a goddamn coward, man. You're a little boy.
Right.
You need to be taught again. That's your problem. You don't deserve a woman. You deserve to be treated like a boy until you are raised like a real man.
Right.
You're a boy. And they're not wrong when they say that. They got their faults, but I'm bringing it to you first. You're wrong. You want a woman to show ass? Would you want your daughter on them? Would you want your mama on them? And your homeboy can look at your mother.
Right.
You're a little boy and you need to be raised again. You're a little boy. And it's disgusting to think it's okay. And you want a real woman, but the same woman that was a whore that you slept with, that could have been that real woman. You sleep with whores, but want a real woman. Make her a real woman. Make her a real woman. That's what you do. Stop following Boosie. Stop following him. He gonna have his time. In the same way you lead it and you running down that road and he following them sisters down the road, he got all that blood on his hand. And you better hope, pray to the Lord, you don't act like that and have blood on your hand. It's filthy and disgusting. Talking about, oh, I don't like whores. But you sleep with them, but you want a real woman. And since that, I hope that's an eye-opener for you. A man chooses who he gonna marry. A man chooses when to marry. That's what it is. You want a husband, sis, cover up. If you want to be naked, just stay home. You can flaunt and flare all around you want through your household.
Right.
That's what you do. Stop following Boosie, degrading our sisters. But that's where Brotherhood come in at. Brotherhood might not be able to change with niggas well, but you can get one of the parties. Same way Boosie degrade black sisters and say show something. One of y'all brothers need to say don't show nothing. When he get back on Facebook and live and all that, talking about show something, get in his chat, act like you gonna talk to him and tell sisters don't show nothing. Make a mockery of yourself. That's glory. Get on his page when he allow you to go in here and tell sisters don't show nothing. Don't show nothing. That's what you should do. You want to be worth something, do something right. Go ahead. Start from the top. Bible shot.
Hosea 4 and 6.
Disgusting.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
We're destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because we don't know our pastors cause us to err. Because we don't want to read our Christian pastors lie. You know, these rappers, these leaders, and we don't know who we are. We're destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Right.
We are being led into destruction because we don't understand smoking weed ain't good. We don't understand is a better route to make money other than selling drugs or selling your box. We don't understand that. We think that's the only way out because we don't got nothing to lean on.
Right.
We lean on the unlawful thing versus leaning on what's going to give us everlasting life.
Right.
Versus what's going to give us a healthy life, a long life. We lean on everything else. We leaning on a goddamn bastard that almost did 40 years, still doing drugs and setting out hits. We leaning on him and he got the money to get out. Black man, we ain't got no money. Barely got money to buy a whole house full of groceries. But you leaning on the Boosie. And look at him. And I know sidebar, and look at him. The brother almost did 40 years, beat that. Man had cancer, beat that. Man got shot in the leg, could have lost his leg, beat that. And guess what he still had the audacity to do? Salaki, excuse my language. F that. F what Jesus talking about. I'm going to eat this pork. I'm going to eat this pork. Man almost did 40 years. He beat cancer and almost lost his leg getting shot in the leg. And had a nerve to be on live or whatever talking about, I'm going to eat this pork. F what Jesus talking about. I'm going to eat this pork. And that's what y'all follow? Lord is making examples out of certain people. Certain people here for examples.
Right.
And you know it's crazy, going back to that grace I was telling you about, that brother is living off straight grace. That's all grace right there. That's all grace. You might not get that much time. You might go out here and sell drugs and think you're going to get over, and that might just be your last time. They might just rob you. They might hit you and leave everything. That could be your last time. But that's the definition of grace right there. His life was going. His life, you do 40 years, your life going.
Right.
You got cancer, your life going. You get shot in your leg and almost lose your leg, not your life ain't over, but majority of your life going. You can't run out here and just do whatever. His life was going. And had the audacity to look Christ in the eye, look the Lord in the eye, Yahweh Yahushua, and say, damn that, I'm going to eat my pork. I'm going to eat my pork. Because your leader calls y'all to err. And your leaders we are destroyed by lack of knowledge. Go ahead out.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Rejected knowledge. The same way all these little pastors be, shout out to Captain Zariak. The same way these pastors be trying to battle Captain Zariak and all these, whoever the hell they supposed to be with Sarnetta, they rejected all that knowledge that they getting fed. All that, and they will be rejected. Y'all conscious community, Boosie wannabes, y'all be rejected. Y'all will be rejected. Maybe not now, but at that time you would be rejected.
Right.
The Lord might not give any more grace. He might say, be gone, I never knew you, and your head is gone. Shells going through, just spitting straight through the car. Your time might run out to where you think you got another guy you just gonna wild his money, and he might just have his way with you and your daughter in your house. And your time is gone. I never knew you. I'm gonna reject you. Go ahead.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
You would not be no priest. Go ahead.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
You've forgotten the law of thy God. It's like, read from the top one time. It's like my notes kind of all over the place right now.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast
Hold that. Like your mom, your dad. And I'm gonna call them what they are. And no disrespect, but it's the truth. Our dumb mothers and fathers that don't know the truth and refuse to know the truth. They're dumb. They think they know everything and we don't know anything because we live in I don't want to say alternative lifestyle, but it's alternative to what the world thinks. This ain't an alternative lifestyle. This is the lifestyle. Alternative lifestyle is when you're doing homosexual. Alternative lifestyle is when you're doing Christianity and thinking you're a Muslim and doing seances and Wiccan and all that. That's what alternative lifestyle is. Our parents are dumb. And then they're destroyed for lack of knowledge because they don't want to listen. They think they're too wise and they just know so much. And they just start learning how to read. They just learn how to read. Each year, Kai, that's crazy. My brother right now is 19. I've been out of school for some time, for a little bit, not some time. I ain't old, y'all.
And my brother would bring new information to me when he was in high school, and I'm like, what the hell? Why they ain't teach us this in school? Each generation get wiser and smarter. Maybe they're not wiser in life wise, but they get wiser when it comes to technology and stuff like that.
Right.
And I'm looking like, damn, my little brother know more than me on this. But then I look the other way when I look at other people's parents, and I'm like, you are a real dummy. You're really dumb. You're not as smart as you think you are,
Right.
because you have lack of knowledge. Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
I will also reject thee.
If you rejecting his knowledge, yo, and that you rejecting his knowledge, the Christians, they reject the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments that they do know they reject. Look at your Christian. The KKK was Baptists, Christians, and what they do to niggas, hangers. Just like I was watching Geronimo.
Right.
European people kicked in the door, put it out, the guns out on Geronimo and the 2 other Indians. And in one of the I don't want to say slave masters, but European guys came from the back and told them to chill. And the one who was holding the gun said, "Oh, it's best we hang them anyways." Come on, that's what we go through, man. Come on, go ahead.
That thou shalt be no priest to me,
Uh-huh.
seeing thou hast forgotten the law of God.
You forgotten the law of God. Again, I tell you, huh? Yeah, I tell you what happened. Like I say, time and time again, I got 2 brothers in the world, man, love them to death. Yo, leave them European women alone. Stop smoking.
Right.
And then, one of them, bro, I'm about done smoking. The other one don't leave the European alone, but one, I'm almost done smoking. I'm gonna cut my dreads. But I'm telling you, and you're forgetting about the information. You're forgetting about the information. You are rejecting this information. I pray that you get out of it before your grace is over with. Go ahead.
I will also forget thy children.
I will also forget thy children. Go to Matthew 12 and 48. Y'all gonna have to come to understanding, man. Y'all keep rejecting all of this. Ain't nothing good gonna come out of none of this. Because World War III right around the corner.
Right.
And if we ain't sticking together, we still following Abusi. We still following everybody else, following these laws, statutes, and commandments. We still following these pastors. These pastors didn't even open up the doors when COVID-19 hit. And y'all follow them. Y'all following all these rappers and what they giving back. The rappers ain't even giving back to who they need to give back. For example, Drake gave money to a college. Who gives a damn about a white college? Who cares? Who cares? Come on. Goddamn, Young Dolph and them talking about giving back to their hood. Who cares about giving back to their hood? Build something for the hood. Don't give to the hood. Don't go in here and build houses for the hood. Give something to the hood. Give people a place to where they can go and they can build themselves up. Just because you building a new house for them, they're going to be another crackhead in a nice house. They're going to be another whore in a nice house. Build a plant, a center, or something to where we can build and grow resources. We can plant. We can have something. We can have our own protection. The hell with this small-minded crap that y'all got. Y'all got all this money. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Nothing. All y'all doing is putting money on some ugly behind Balenciagas. Buying children cars. What in the hell is buying a whole neighborhood full of kids a goddamn bike that's going to get stolen next week when they leave it outside in their yard?
Damn.
Do something for the hood. Because World War III coming around, you are the people. You are the people that y'all need to come together. Period. People say black people need to come together. World War III that's coming up should be the time black people come together. Right. Invest your money into your people. Invest your money into that black, Hispanic, Native Indian man or woman. Anything?
Don't come. Yeah, Marcus said he had a conversation today with his homie. He said his homie just will not listen. He says that he believes in the Most High, but not the Bible. He said, what kind of sense does that make? He said that he wouldn't even know there is a God without the Bible.
That's heavy.
Right.
Hey, Marcus, check this out. When you talk to your homeboy, Ask him. Whatever God he believe in, what laws do he got to keep?
Dang.
Ask him that. Whatever God he believe in, ask him what laws he got to keep. And if he say he free-spirited, ask him, do he follow the white man laws? Go ahead, write that down. I'll give you a minute. Because all that fake construct and all that garbage, bro, that stuff played out. That stuff played out. Negro spiritual sound better than that.
Right.
Whatever God y'all got, what's y'all law? All you Muslims that think y'all gonna be alright, nation of Islam gonna come together. What laws do your God in Islam say you gotta follow? Because Islam is not us. Let me know when you got it. Anything else?
No, he said straight up, kind of.
No doubt, no doubt, man. Hey, stay fast, man. Coming up strong in this truth. Some of the brothers in the chat coming up strong. Kazamar right now coming up strong. That brother about to get on that officer test sooner or later. I see what. Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out. You know, we are Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, starting at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We teach that Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews and the greatest people that ever walked this earth.
Right.
We are not affiliated with any Christian organization, any fake Israelite camps, no Muslim mosques, nothing of the sort. We are the home of the truth. Started out at 1 West.
That's right.
And understand that any of y'all that know that y'all Israelites, y'all got it from the ISUPK. Y'all got it from 1 West. And most of you leaders split off because they were weak and wanted to start their own. Let me know who you got it.
Okay. Matthew 12, verse 48. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother?
Hold on. Start from the top. Let me break this all the way down for y'all. Because this brotherhood right here, go ahead.
But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother? And who are my brethren?
Christ said, who is my mother? Who is my brother? We all got a mama that we came out the womb with.
Right.
We all, not all, but some of us got brothers. You know what I'm saying? If you got a brother, you got a brother. If you don't, you don't. Think about your sister. Go ahead.
And he stretched forth his hand.
He pointed out there. Go ahead.
To his disciples.
He pointed to his disciples. Go ahead.
And said, behold,
my
mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
Christ pointed out there. He pointed. He lifted up his hand and pointed, saying, behold, this is my what? Mother and brother?
Right.
Pointed to the whole congregation, everybody in the room, because they found the same law. Whatever brother, sister, or you know what I'm saying, whoever found the law, statute, commandment, Christ said, that's my brother and sister. He understand. We all got brother, sister, mama, daddy, uncles in them out there. But if your parents ain't following this and you know this, when you hear this, you know it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? If you're not, wicked will flee. But when you hear this and you know it's the truth, and you follow the law, statute, commandment, you grant it as my brother. I'm your brother. That's your sister, and on. Your big brother, big sister, little sister. Your parent is your biological parent. But when it comes to the Spirit of the Lord and they look in the eyes of Yahweh Shai, Lord and Christ, them ain't, they don't know them. They don't know them because they not even trying to be the legit family that they supposed to be.
Right.
Again, start from the top one more time. Read a little slow.
But he answered and said unto him,
Christ answered,
that told him, who is my mother?
Better yeah, go up 2 verses if you could, Baba Kushar.
Okay. Verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren.
He yet talked to the people. Christ talking to the people. Go ahead.
Stood without.
His who?
His mother and his brethren.
His mother and brother was not around. They wasn't inside of that room. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't inside the congregation. Go ahead.
Desiring to speak with him.
Wanting to speak with him. He like how we doing. We in here handling business. Kazamar hear somebody knock at the door. My mom and daddy just can't come up in. You know what I'm saying? They standing without. Go ahead.
Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brother stand without.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? The brother came back in and told Christ, he was like, your mother and your brother, they looking for you. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk to you. Like, they outdoors. That's what we say. They outdoors. Go ahead.
Desiring to speak with thee.
Wanting to speak with me. I'm handling business right. Christ was handling business just like we handling business. But they want to speak to us. Go ahead.
But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother? And who are my brothers?
Who is my mother? This is a question. Who is my mother? Who is my brother? Do mine. They outdoors. They out there. They trying to speak to Christ. And he said, who is my mother? Who is my brother? You can't say this Bible ain't built around black. Because even in the world, you know, it be shorties, it be sisters that leave off, you know, don't even deal with a brother no more. And then you hear somebody that knew them from back in the day saying, how you and Devin doing? Who is Devin? Knowing damn well she know who Devin is, but it's like, who is Devin?
Yeah,
you know, that's that same move crazy, like, who is my mother? Who is my brother? Go ahead.
And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples.
He pointed to everybody out there. Go ahead.
And said, Behold, my mother and my brethren.
Pointed everybody out there and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. Whoever out there, go ahead.
For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and my mother.
Pointed out there and said, Behold, my mother and brethren. And whoever doing the will of the Lord, Yahweh, which is his name, then they are my brother, sister, and mother. If they doing the same, if they doing what they supposed to be doing for the Lord, we one body, we one spirit, we one flesh, we one mind, we one thought, we one everything. That's my brother and sister.
Right.
That's why us, you know what I'm saying? That's why we go through so much when it comes to being in the truth and dealing with somebody out in the world, because people out in the world don't understand it. Like, you got a lot of sisters, particularly, they like to say, you smoke weed? Nah, sis, we don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? We drink a little bit. Oh, y'all don't smoke weed? Nah, we ain't supposed to smoke. Why? And we break it down to them. Oh, nah. Same thing with brother, third eye. You sound like a freaking F word. Talking about third eye and free spirit. And we tell them, and then we get a lot of backlash because we choose not to smoke weed.
Right.
We choose not to do this. We choose not to vote for presidents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of the precepts, I forgot which one it is. One of the precepts, Deuteronomy 17 and 15. You shouldn't vote for no other king among you. So why y'all voting for presidents, voting for Congress, voting for people at work? The hell with voting for people at work.
Right.
Why you putting another king over you? Come on, nobody did. Abraham Lincoln ain't even help us. He's freed us because he had to. Obama ain't did nothing, and he's a damn Hamite African. You ain't supposed to do that. That ain't brotherhood. But with those decisions in a time like this of World War III, you will surely die out there. You will surely die. Famine is coming. Famine is coming. Anything out there? Famine is coming. Go ahead.
We was talking about that when we was reading with Christ, when he said, "Who's my mother, my brother?"
Right.
So you know he out there teaching and stuff.
Right.
You know, I know him and his mama and his brother probably ain't condone what he was doing.
Right.
You know, because he was on fire and stuff out there teaching and speaking.
Right.
And you know everybody hate him. And they out there like, man, what in the world? His mama like, what in the world your brother out here doing?
Right.
Making a fool of himself. Like,
no, you're right though. You're right, because same thing with our parents. Like, still to this day, my parents they dumbed it down a little bit. But they had once upon a time they was like, and this is my worldly name. Oh, DJ. Oh, he finding each and every reason to show there ain't no such thing as God. He don't believe in God. Then turn around, they say, oh, he a Muslim, and then turn around and call me a Rasta. And it's like, I believed in God. I was never a Muslim, and yes, I thought I was going towards God when I was a Rasta. So that's heavy that you say that, because now since I'm in the truth, it's like, oh hell no, you need to get back to church, shave and trim up a little bit, come around, settle down, get married, have kids. Meanwhile, it's like, it's harder than you think to just settle down with a woman out here.
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's harder than you think to just have kids out here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, that's a heavy point that you said that out. I think we got one more time for a precept. See, real quick, y'all give me a second about Kashad. You know what I'm saying? Be clocking out, bro. Yeah, let me get 2 John 1-6. That'd be it right there. You got it? 2 John 1-6, I believe. Okay. 2 John 1-6. Yeah, man, this World War III getting tight, bro. And we out here playing about brotherhood, sisterhood, and all that. We worried about who's stunting harder, who can ball harder, this and that. You know who gonna stunt harder is the same niggas that's walking with Christ when he come back.
Damn, right.
And y'all ribs gonna be showing like hell, eating cornbread, beans, and goddamn smush. You know what I'm saying? You know who's gonna be stunting harder? The same ones who ain't damn near overdose and, you know what I'm saying, ain't out here feeding for an extra blunt because turmoil. We don't need a blunt when times get hard. You know what I'm saying? We eat right. We do what we supposed to do. We come in, we work out, we stay in the scripture, we mind ours, and we deal with each other. That's our job. But if you want to be a part of the job, then fine, no sweat. Shalom. Go ahead.
2 John 1-6.
Mm-hmm.
And this is love.
This is love. This is love. Not my Jesus. I love my Jesus. Jesus my husband. I love God. I love him. I love her. Go ahead.
That we walk after his commandments.
Walk after the commandments. This is love. Walk after the commandment. 613 commandments. For Brother Marcus, take that down. That's for you. Walk after the commandment. Brothers out here saying they know God, this and that. What laws and regulations that you got to follow to follow the Lord? What laws? You got to follow something. If you love your mama, you going to protect your mama. If you love your brother, you going to protect your brother. If you love your daughter, you going to protect her from sick, wicked-ass men out here. If you love them, walk in these commandments. Stop smoking. Tell your brother where he did wrong to you and you don't like it.
Right.
God, I got you. Tell your brother where he doing wrong. Make yourself stronger. You walk in these commandments, that's love. Not just saying it. Because a lot of people think you know the issue with the world, I love you and we gonna run over. We gonna run over. Slakia, y'all. We gonna run over about 10 minutes. A lot of brothers say, I love you to get some tail. To tail. If you love that sister, get her in the truth and make her do her 6 months and change her life. When I say make her, don't put your hands on her. If she really wants you, she gonna do that. You ain't gotta use the love word. Show love and tell her what she need to do for her to have an opportunity with a man, a potential or a righteous man like you. You love that man, sis. Tell that man this your beliefs. And if he wants some of what you got, that good watery guts, he need to get in the truth.
Right.
That's what love is. Walking in these commandments. You want that sister? You really want that sister? And she in the truth? Put that damn cigarette down. Be a man and put your boots on. You really want that brother? Take that man off of child support. Change your life and come into the school and wrap your head up. Let me get some more.
This is the commandment, that as ye have heard it from the beginning.
You heard it from the beginning. Go ahead.
Ye shall walk in it.
You shall walk in it. Walk in. These laws ain't done away with, man.
Right.
These laws ain't done away with. You say you love Christ and Christ your husband. If you love him, then you follow them laws, statutes, and commandments. Since you love Christ and you don't need a man. And it's still a contradiction because you leaning on Christ now. But you don't need a man. Ha! Dummy.
Wow.
Dummy. This is Salaki, excuse my language. But it's just a lot of ignorance behind things going on here. You use context clues when you hear people talk. Look at what they saying and how they placing things. And I, thank the water to that great brother Kazak Shapar, because he helped me with that. Listen to how people place words and what they say.
Right.
Find the right way to say certain things. Break it down. Look at and break down what they saying and look at their actions. Then look at what they saying after they act. Man, start from the top.
Come.
Uh-huh.
And this is love,
Mm-hmm.
that we walk after his commandments.
Walk after the commandments. Not which one. You walk after the commandment. Go ahead.
This is the commandment that as ye have heard it from the beginning.
As you heard from the beginning, man. So I mean, what's there so hard to realize? Got a little more, man. I'm gonna bring out 2 more precepts for y'all. Straight up. Go to Mark 3 and 35.
Oh my God.
Matter of fact, do 3 and 33 through 35. So, cause this gonna back up from when Christ was in the congregation, his mother and his brothers looking for him, and he stretched forth his hand and said, "This is my brother, this is my mother, this is my brother. Whoever do the work of the Lord is my brother, mother, sister." This another precept that's gonna confirm exactly what he just said. Go ahead.
Mark 3 and 33. And he answered them, saying,
Mm-hmm.
Who is my mother?
Who is my mother? Go ahead.
Or my brother?
Or my brother. Go ahead.
And he looked round about on them which sat about him.
He looked. He said, "Who is my mother and brother?" And looked around about, left and right, front to back. Go ahead.
And said, Behold, my mother and my brethren.
He looked round about, looking at everybody around him, and said, "Behold, my mother and brethren." My mother and brethren. Come on. Go ahead.
For whosoever shall do the will of God, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother.
That's what World War III based around. When you do the will of the Lord, then you're in the safe haven, man.
Right.
You doing what Christ did, you're in the safe haven. He ain't said his mama. He knew that. We all know that was his mother and brother. But when he said it, he laying it down clearly saying, if you doing this work, these are my brothers. And that's how I feel about all my brothers nationwide. And all the way down to South Carolina. If you out here spreading this truth and you're ordained to spread this truth, you come into school and you learn and you shed yourself for the word and you're ordained, you is my brother. You is my sister. Yeah, I got family out there too, but blood thicker than water and this truth thicker than blood.
Right.
It's difference. It's a difference. Start from, that's it? There's a little more?
No, yeah, that's it.
All right, start from the top one more time while I get the last precept.
Okay. And he answered them, saying, Who is my mother or my brother?
Who is my mother and brethren? Go ahead.
And looked round about on them which sat about him,
Mm-hmm.
and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren.
Behold, my mother and brethren. Let me get that John 15 and 18. Behold, my mother and brethren. You know, I'm thinking about how that made his mama and dad, not mother and his family feel. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he was doing what the Lord sent him out here and he was ordained to do. He was doing exactly what he was supposed to do. He wasn't faking the funk. keeping up with the Kardashians and all of that. That brother, keeping up with the Jones. That brother was considered the Joneses, but he was hated for it. You got it. This is the last precept, man. Go ahead.
John 15 and 18.
Mm-hmm.
If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
Now, when it say this world, because you know Christian, the world now is talking about the foundation. Because as you already know, in the word of Israel, we have to love each other. So we're not going to have hate on each other. We can't. That's a sin. That's unlawful. That's not being brotherly.
Right.
Start from the top. Read the slow form.
If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
For all y'all that's coming in here changing your life, fighting that addiction, fighting that lust for whores, in interracial marriage, fighting all of that, just know why your people hating you for that, because you choose to live a righteous life and walk the righteous way. Just know they hated Christ first because he was doing the same thing, man. And the reason being, if you could go ahead and get off of that stuff right now and change your life and come together, you would be safe. It's the best bet. That's your best bet. And I think General Muhammad said that too. He said, whatever you believe in, I hope that help you, you know what I'm saying, in times like this. I'm just paraphrasing.
Right.
Just know Christ hated you first when you were sitting there while you trying to trade your life. Because the grace, don't even lean on grace.
Right.
Make it feel like your time is now. Because grace, again, the Christian mindset is to let you continue sinning. You got more on that? The Christian mindset is let you continue sinning because they think you will repent when you at the gate right in front of the judge and he questioning you about stuff, showing you on however he's showing, saying, you remember you did this? You remember you did that? You remember you did this? And all you gonna be like, I never knew you. Understand, Christ went through that same thing, man, and it was good. And the reason why I say it's good, because when he went through that and they hated him first, we talk about Yahweh Shah Mashiach right now. Greatest man ever walked the land. And ain't nothing with that. But with that, ISUPK security announcements. ISUPK, we are the ISUPK started out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a brother or sister comes into the school, come into the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After these 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashor. 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you'll like. Upholding convocation, Passover 14th day of the first month, April 15, 2022. Exodus 12, 1-51, Leviticus 23, 4-5, 1 Corinthians 5, 7-8, 2 Chronicles 30 and 17. We got Passover in Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th this year. If you ain't at that Passover, celebrate one body, one spirit, you are not at the Passover that was ordained by the Lord. Right. You are at a regular Thanksgiving. You are a regular family dinner. The Passover will be held in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Reminder, Akim Agua, to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, I say